So I've had a lot of jobs. I graduated from college in 2013. I don't know if people remember 2013. It wasn't a great time for the economy. And it wasn't great for 22-year-olds who had only ever had summer jobs at Build-A-Bear Workshop and could never take an internship. So I graduated in 2013 where there were no entry-level jobs. So I have had jobs. I've been a dog walker, I've cleaned bathrooms, I've worked retail, I was a host at a restaurant, I cried every day after work, so anyone who works in restaurants, oh my God. But more important than any job I've ever had, I am a Red Sox fan. Woo! And I've been thinking about Fenway a lot recently, even more than I usually would at this point in a season where looks like we might finally make the playoffs. Hopefully I haven't just jinxed it. But I've been thinking about Unite Here Local 26, the union that represents the Airmark workers at Fenway Park, and how brave they were to strike for better conditions this past July. That's risky. It's an underappreciated, seasonal, underpaid job, but they knew that they deserved better. And they knew that in order for labor to win, labor needs to stand together. But since I have the self-preservation instincts of a moth in front of a bonfire, I read the comments on a news outlet's social media post about the strike. Don't read the comments. Some comments were supportive, but it's the internet. And many were variations on, well, those aren't real jobs, or they don't deserve more money. Yeah, deserve. So many conversations about labor rights come down to which workers are deserving. Fenway Park brings tourists to Boston from all over the world. Do the workers who keep America's favorite ballpark running deserve to live in the city? Yes. Do the sanitation workers who are on strike in Philadelphia deserve wages that keep up with inflation so they can live in the city that depends on them? Yes. 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 Why is that even questioned? Why is some labor worth the cost of living and some isn't?
There's a bourgeois bastard!
And why have so many people on and off the internet, inside and outside the State House, bought into the lie that some workers don't deserve the dignity of a living wage? Well, my theory is that it's fear. Those who take to their keyboards to cry that the minimum wage shouldn't be a living wage are afraid that someone will decide that they aren't deserving of a living wage either. It's the same reason we see systemic stigmatization of people like me who use SNAP, who are unhoused, or who pay their rent with vouchers. If you admit that these hardships aren't because of a moral failure, you also admit that you yourself could face similar circumstances. It's easier and less frightening to believe that those people did something wrong and are demanding things they don't deserve. The reality is that no one's labor is inherently worthier than anyone else's. Woo! All labor is skilled labor. All labor has dignity. All people have worth and dignity. And what we deserve is to have that recognized. Siding with management out of fear won't save anyone from becoming a victim of this rigged system. We save each other when we stand together to demand more, to demand better, demand enough. demand it in the workplace by joining or organizing a union, by talking about wages, by talking about conditions. It's your right, it's the law. Demand it in our communities by making sure that unfair labor practices lead to consequences, both social and economic. And demand it from government, demand it from this building, demand it from me, so we can finally get a minimum wage that isn't an insult. Demand it, and demand it together, because that is how we win. So I'm Representative Lily Foss, and I also want to say to Aramark, negotiate with Unite Here 26. Go Sox!